Good morning from the Yorkshire's adventure, and it's up at 4 AM for us this morning on a glorious, well, it's supposed to be a glorious Saturday, and we're going to go up to Ilkley Moor. Only issue, we were going for sunrise and nobody told me sunrise and first light were different things. So we were thinking we were going in complete darkness, but it is what it is. We are where we are, and we'll see you at Ilkley Moor.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Good morning from Ilkley Moor. This is the Yorkshire's adventure, and we've come up to Ilkley Moor for the sunrise, which was supposed to be at 5:12. We were late, but the sun obviously started to come up before we even got here. But it is now looking absolutely amazing out on Ilkley Moor. So we're currently at the Cow and Calf Cliffs, which we'll go through a little bit about them, about how the giant had an argument with his wife while she was picking stones up in her skirt, and as he ran off, his foot hit the rock and split it into the cow and the calf. Another one of Yorkshire's giant's tales.
Stanza stone poetry seat.
This was commissioned in 2010, part of a larger project, and Simon Armitage from Marsden, local to here, wrote 6 poems all to do with the water in the lead up to the London Olympics. It used to be an old shooting lodge. The local dry and still water converted it into a seat where people could admire the view. There did used to be a post box where you could write a poem and pop it in, but it seems to not be here at the minute. But I have to say, that view from the Stanza seat is absolutely beautiful. So we're just up on the main trail to the 12 Apostles. The land, with it being quite peatland and quite boggy, obviously Ilkley was formed about 320 million years ago. This all used to be underwater, and as the sheets of ice melted and refroze as the world was changing, the Pennine Basin was created using sediment, and Ilkley was formed from that. So all this land 320 million years ago was underwater, obviously shifting the planet and changing seas and whatnot has actually now created it into this, it's almost like a marshland. But it is so vast, it's so easy to see how people would get, when you go off trail, how you could get lost up here, and I wouldn't recommend it. There's hidden drops and everything out here, so unless you really are suited and know what you're doing, stick to the trails. It's much safer. But yeah, it is 7 o'clock in the morning. I've had worse Saturdays. This is the 12 Apostles. This is a Neolithic site. It dates back to the Bronze Age. There used to be between 15 and 20 of these apostles, but there's actually only 12 on the outer circle now. It's actually not known what this site was actually used for. Many believe it was for ritual or burial, with the middle stone there being a ring cairn, possible tomb, and it will have been raised, as you can see from the ground. It's eroded down over time, with a tourist standing on it having the photo taken on it. However, this site could have also been used for other things, and they do think it dates back to when we first started clearing for farming. But it's nice at the top of Ilkley Moor, and it's around about 4,500 years old, which is quite a sight. And think that how they got these all arranged all the way back then. And then the view from the 12 Apostles at the top of the moor. So walking down towards the pancake stone, and came across this. Just says number 1 in it. Does anybody know what it is? I'm not sure. There's no markings or writing or anything on it, but it looks like a little bunker. Little one seems to think it could be something for military exercises, you know, training. But is it something for hide and seek? I don't know. Let me know. We've just popped down just off the trails to Pancake Stone, which is all this. Landshore Dam. If you listen, it's so peaceful up here. Barring them two rabbling on in distance, it's just silent. I've seen a couple of joggers, but it's just, if you want to come somewhere where you just it's a view distance, it's a distant view. You're not going to see massive mountains and forest or anything like that, but you could just lose yourself, just be by yourself, have that time. Up here is perfect. So Ilkley Moor is not just famous for the 12 Apostles and the moors. Sorry, I'm interrupted by a grouse. There's quite a lot of grouse up here at the minute. It's ground nesting season between now and July, so they're all over and they shout all the time. But in 1st December 1987, a police officer was walking on the moors and claims he saw a man, well, a man-like figure, in front of him, warning him to go away. He claimed, and his photo, he had a photograph, he claimed it was an alien telling him to leave. However, many people believed it was cardboard cut out or a person in a suit. However, he, as a police officer stated, no, it was an alien. So he claimed he saw some sort of craft, and under hypnotherapy his story changed somewhat. He claims he was actually abducted and human tests were conducted on him, and the aliens, multiple ones which were green and had long arms and big eyes and big heads, the alien wasn't actually telling him to go away. Sorry, just slipped. It was actually saying goodbye to him after it had abducted him. Now, whether he was abducted or not, whether he saw an alien or not, I don't know, but there's no evidence to suggest he's lying. He was a police officer, but I'll let you make your own minds up. anyone sees Harry Potter, just let him know he's left his glasses on the moors. Voldemort's just up there. And Hermione's here. So we've come down now of Ilkley Moor. We're just going to walk up part of the road back to the Cow and Calf. But yeah, that was Ilkley Moor, 12 Apostles, the Stanza poetry seat, and an absolute glorious day. And we'll catch you in a bit. Bye.